I could have been on that. What?
That's the remix.
I'm telling you, I could. What?
He always does.
And I could make mine more frantic.
Exactly. We need that. Don't tempt me.
What?
Make them redirect the plane to Vegas and get that now.
Look here. Don't even put the T on it. What?
Exactly.
That's when you really want to know what the hell you talking about. That's hot. I like that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It was cool because it just got leaked like off the internet, and that never has really happened to me before. And so the way that it just started happening, it was like, okay, I guess that's a single. So it was a nice thing.
Yeah. Hey, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
What have you enjoyed mostly about your career? Is there anything that sticks out as something you've enjoyed the most?
I would have to say just meeting different fans, like from around the world, different, people from around the country, and then just going to just random places you never thought you'd be. You know what I mean? As a kid growing up, you never thought like, okay, one day I'll be in Russia singing to the people and they're going to know my lyrics, or Japan, or wherever, you know what I mean? Places I didn't even know about because I didn't pay that much attention in school. So.
Hello. I must have been sitting behind you.
Probably. Exactly. But, it's real cool because especially just as a writer, to see people like saying your words back to you and stuff like that, singing it back to you when they're speaking a different language, it's cool. But I got to tell you, on some of those nice long trips, I didn't have that Kings of Comedy with me.
I tell you,
don't know what I would have done.
I know that's right.
You know that's right.
A phone call and you could have had one of the actual kings. I'd have been sitting up in there with
crazy. Next time you need to let me know.
You hear me with chapstick on? Hey, let me ask you this, because I like to give celebrities a chance to talk about how they feel on different subjects, because anybody can ask you the same old how long you been in the business, how'd you get your start. I hate the damn question. My damn read the bio.
Right.
Is there any one person, if you had to pick a person that sticks out in your mind, in your heart, that has really helped you in your career, not just maybe for your career, but personally helped you through some things that help you stay on track with your career? You say any one person, if you had to pick a person that stuck out for you, who would that be?
There have been a lot of different people who've been supportive, but I have to say really that it's my relationship with God that has gotten me through everything. Everything that's just, as real as I can be about it.
That is.
Because without him, I'm nothing. So I'm thankful.
We love that answer.
It's the truth.
That's a big one, right?
We love that answer.
That's the answer that needs to be said more, because a lot of people who are aspiring to be celebrities, they sometimes think that it's something else to it.
Right.
When really it is just God.
It really is. And that's something that I've always known, even from like a first memories type thing. But I think sometimes this business can turn you around, and the different people you come in contact with can kind of, take you on different journeys, and that's all part of the plan too. But as soon as you're really open to knowing that it really is God and prayer, and just being, not to get on a tangent, but just being really in touch with that sense of spirituality, that's what gets me through every day. And that's that's a great blessing. We're so blessed to just be here and be able to do what we love. It's amazing.
Absolutely. Is fame harder for women, do you think?
You know what? I think it's harder for each individual because, I'm sitting in your studio, and I'm looking at, they got CNN on and just various entertainers, and you're seeing like what's going on with the trials and all that kind of thing. And it's just like, wow, it's difficult. I don't know. There are perks to it. I'm grateful for it, but then there are things that like make it a little strange sometimes. Yeah.
Right, and lawsuits is one of them.
Yes, we don't like that.
Right, I am a proponent of, if a person sues you and it turns out that they're lying,
they need to pay the legal fees.
Right, that something should happen to this person. If you say a man raped you, and we find out it's consensual sex, there's a punishment for you bringing rape charges.
Right, you're lying.
Against a person. Right, you're lying. If you say someone did something to you and turns out the fact that he didn't, well, you just don't get your money and you go on with your life. Well, this guy's reputation is soiled.
It's so tarnished.
And I think that's horrible, the way this judicial system is set up.
Right. Well, it's also great when people like you can say that, because people listen to you because they know you're real. You know what I mean? So it's like people only on the outside, I feel like they read what they see in the papers. They take that for like it's word, like it's reality. And they don't realize a lot of these papers, most of them, it's just trumped up stuff and stories to get people to buy the paper or to look at their shows.
Absolutely. We just had that incident out here in L.A. with the shooting of this 13-year-old boy, which I'm not going to get into, just touch it. But there was a lot of stuff in the paper that just was not true, that he was a gangbanger, that he had a gun in the car, that the car was stolen. And none of that turned out to be the case. And a lot of people just believed it because it was in the paper. And that's tough. Have there been any disappointments? What's been disappointing? Because I know I have them.
Oh, yeah.
I have disappointments about this business. What's been disappointing for you?
I mean, you know what? Like, on the subject of the fame situation, I guess it's like when I was little, I thought, because I didn't feel like I really fit into one category, and I always had to just, you know, I always felt like an outsider in a lot of ways, you know, like people always say that, but I really did feel different for being biracial, feel different for being growing up without money, like not feeling pretty, all those things. So I think that I sought fame, not just for the reason of like, oh, I want to be famous. Of course I sought fame because I wanted to sing and because music was my outlet, but I think that I felt like fame would validate my existence as a person, like I wasn't good enough to just exist. But it doesn't, you know what I mean? What does help you in those ways are like when you have real fans who really listen to your music and tell you, okay, this song saved my life. That's a positive thing that really, you know, like a benefit of fame. That's something that touches you. But all the other stuff is just like can really become, you have to have such a thick skin, you know what I mean?
Yeah, really.
You really do, because you can like rattle off something to someone and they're gonna shut up. When Steve Harvey does it, it's not the same as me doing it. I can do, but people aren't really ready when it happens.
No. Me, I'm in here every day. I pretty much got a following that knows I'm fairly ignorant. and
in a good way.
Right. But I'm gonna get you up off my butt because I get tired of it. You know, I don't like when people take shots at me unfairly.
Right.
And I just happen to be fortunate enough and blessed that I have a microphone. And I will fire back because I think it's unfair. And a lot of people get upset because I defend so many celebrities.
Right.
But I do understand what it is to be falsely accused of something. It's happened to me a number of times, and I hate to see it. And I always try to ask people to just give them the benefit of the doubt before you read the sensationalized story in a paper.
Right.
You know,
we're really not supposed to judge others like that, and we really don't know the truth.
Oh, the paper is just a lie. Who? If you could say something, if you were talking about yourself to people who don't know you, you know, because people may have a misunderstanding of Mariah Carey, you know, because I'm arrogant to a lot of people. People think I'm arrogant, and I'm really not an arrogant person. But Mike Tyson taught me something, and believe it or not, and he taught me this, and I found it to be very true.
Okay.
When my confidence bumps up into your insecurities, then all of a sudden I'm arrogant.
That's hot.
See, and that's really
true.
What the hell happens a lot of times.
It really is. And I don't know, I feel like in my mind, I'm very insecure, you know what I mean? And I always try to make sure that like I'm
You know what, you
humble.
sound like that sometimes, because when you're talking, you know, you grew up without money, you grew up not being pretty, and you know,
I just like that she admits it, though. People need to hear this. She's a star, you know, Mariah Carey, and people need to hear what actually happens in the life of a star, you know, especially if they're aspiring. Yeah, or what you feel, exactly.
Right, like somebody else might have said, oh, I think you were a cute little girl, you know what I mean? And it's all how you feel the world sees you, you know what I mean? And it's like, you know, it's just a tough thing, but it is important because a lot of kids out there who are aspiring to do something may feel they don't have the right look. They may feel they don't have whatever it takes. But if somebody's there telling you you're good enough, you know what I mean? Like I have this camp, upstate New York, Camp Mariah, it's like a career awareness kids for underprivileged kids from the inner cities, and that's a place where I go, and that's one of the places I feel most at home because I talk to the kids. They see me on TV and stuff, but then they see me like a real person that they can aspire to, succeed. If I've succeeded, and I can sit down and talk to them, at a table just about whatever. And it's not just about showbiz. It's about all different options in life. But maybe where they come from on their one block that they don't necessarily get a chance to leave. They don't know about all those things.
Right. You know, a lot of people, like when they hear you speak the way you're speaking today, they don't get to hear this side of Mariah Carey.
Right.
They see the glamorous side. They see the photo shoots, the album covers, the videos, the limos, the glamour. And man, when the lights is off, you really have a rich life. You know?
And like you often say, Steve, there is no school that prepares you for fame.
None.
You know, it's not an overnight thing, but there's nothing that prepares you for and especially you, Mariah. I mean, being the #1 female artist, selling artist, and all that. There's nothing that prepares you for that. How do you adjust to that life so quickly?
You know what? The really interesting thing with me is I feel like I went from literally having like $1 a day, living alone as like a 17-year-old kid in New York. Not living alone, I lived with 4 other girls, but basically I lived on the mattress on the floor and, you know, was just working hard trying to make things happen. To the next phase of my life was like, okay, I got this record deal, I have all this stuff, but I never lost touch with the person who's had to struggle. And so I feel like because of that, I didn't get on this fame tangent. Like, and also because of the relationship I was in, you know, with such an older person who was like, you know, no offense, but very controlling, I wasn't really allowed to feel fame. Like most kids, they become famous young and then they go out to clubs and they do this and they do that and they get all like, oh, I'm famous now, I'm hot. I never had that. Like, I didn't really start going out, you know, on my own until, you know, much later into my being famous. So that was weird in and of itself.
Wow.
You know, I didn't get that overnight sensation of I'm a star. Like it wasn't like that. You know, so I think that's why I've stayed grounded, you know what I mean, for the most part.
Right.
What's a typical day like for Mariah Carey? What do? You get up.
The days in my life ain't never typical. Today,
that's a good answer.
Usually I be still pondy bed. But right now,
did you say usually I be?
I'd be still pondy bed.
Okay, cool. I just needed to hear that again.
I'm sorry. You know what? It's early and,
really.
Flips out.
Because normally it's just me that they own. But Mariah Carey just said, usually I be.
You know what?
And, I felt comfortable here.
Guess what? That's because I'm sleepy and I'm comfortable in your studio and I'm just sitting here like being real. Let it slip out. Yeah, so technically I would usually be in the bed still. But yeah, because we had, like I said, doing that video shoot, it was mornings, 5 a.m., getting to bed at like 2 a.m., getting up, and that was like 3 days in a row. So we love you, Brett Ratner, but you had us on a tight schedule there. So now, you know, I'm going to Chicago today to go out and see our friend Oprah. And that should be fun. Yeah. So
tell Oprah I'm down here still waiting on that shot on her show. What's she waiting on?
I will do. I most definitely will do, but it's going to be fun.
This one, okay, we played It's Like That. Now, you shot 2 singles.
Yes, sir.
And the second one was We Belong Together. So we're going to play that. We're going to say goodbye because we know everybody got to go, especially me.
Yes.
I want to be off. Hell, let's just keep it real.
I'm going to miss you. I'm going to miss you. But thank you so much.
Okay? Please don't say it to me. You don't even know where I can go with that.
No, but it's true. It's true. There's not too many people that are real entertaining and also have depth and that are fun to talk to in the morning. You know what I mean?
And I'm glad for that. I really enjoy interviewing people to give them a shot at talking about real stuff,
right?
Instead of simple-minded things. And you give a great interview because you do enjoy the opportunity to just be yourself, and it shows in your voice and the way you sound. You're very grounded. You're very real. You're not full of yourself. You know, I talk with people all the time. I can tell when a cat really thinks. I interviewed a guy, and I'm not going to say his name, but I interviewed a guy one time who was famous and a movie star, And talking to this dude was the worst damn experience I ever had.
Are you serious?
Because it was just like he was just so,
It let you down.
I will always want
Oh, he didn't talk like that. Please,
shut up.
come on.
Yeah, like
Right.
clapping on his vocal.
Oh, Stephen,
Stephen. The hell is Stephen?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
No, but it was a letdown, right? Because you hadn't. Did you
I
know
was
him before that?
disappointed because I thought the cat was real.
Right. That's why sometimes I don't even want to meet people. I'm like, let me just admire this person from far away, and keep them as the character in the movie, or keep them as like the person that I enjoy their music. Because a lot of people do disappoint you. A lot of people don't look you in the eye and give you like that real moment that you're looking for. And I know it's hard for people to not disappoint the fans. That's what I don't want to ever disappoint people when I meet them. So I try to be focused, but it's hard because sometimes you just, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like I said, it's great to have somebody like you to really talk to, because people who listen to you also know who you are. You know what I mean? They know your personality, and they get a chance, to see you interacting with folk.
Absolutely.
And that aren't going, well, Stephen.
Today, darling, we were having tea out on the court lawn watching lacrosse. Watching what, dog?
With our pinkies up.
And I got the idea for my new song, It's Like That, from just watching the way you played, and it was wonderful.
Yeah. Damn, lacrosse.
But
We're going to a polo match. Not with me, dog. Not the horses involved.
That ain't for me either.
Yeah.
But so I just wanted to ask if you could play that single one more time, and then next time I can bring up the We Belong Together when I have it.
You ain't said nothing but a word. All you got to do is ask. This is Steve Harvey morning show.
Exactly, and that's why we love you.
And after 9, they can't tell me a damn
That's
thing.
right.
This
Tell
is
'em.
per request. This is I like that again.
It's like that.
Yeah, it's like that. I like that. Well, I like it though.
And I like
and
it.
the remix is gonna be I like it though.
Exactly.
And I'm gonna be on there going, what?
With no tea.
What? Yeah, with no tea, just a glass of Kool-Aid.
Right, exactly.
I'm talking about it. Hey, Mariah, we really loved having you this
I
morning.
loved being here with you guys this morning.
It's really
And
good.
enjoy the rest of your trip, and hey, win something for me.
Dig that, and I'll send it to you. Better yet, I'll bring it to you.
Sounds good.
Hey, listen. Hey, when the album drops, come back.
I most definitely will.
It's in
I
the
always
stores
love to
April
see you.
12th, y'all.
April 12th.
It's Like That, featuring Jermaine Dupri. Put your hands together for the lovely Mariah Carey.
Thank you so much, Joey. Thank
right,
you,
darling.
Steve.
Thank you, baby. Take care now.
You two have a great time.
All right, we're going to take a break. Then we're going to play It's Like That right after the break. Don't go nowhere, y'all.
The only